What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Asia Park. We are back. We are going to release 10 more species. So let's see what species we have so far. I know we have Memenchisaurus and Tarbosaurus, Velociraptor. Let me just see for a minute. The creatures in here, I think we got Gallimimus. We need Archaeornithomimus now. We don't have Chunkingosaurus or Crichtonsaurus. We have Sungaripterus. We have Gallimimus. Gigantoraptor. We don't have Gigantospinosaurus. We don't have Homalocephalae. I don't think we do. Yeah, we don't have Homalocephalae. We don't have Huayongosaurus. We have Jeholopterus. We have Memenchisaurus. We don't have Microceratus. We don't have Monolophosaurus. We don't have Olorotitan. Oh, we do. We don't have Oviraptor. We don't have Changosaurus, Sinoceratops, Sinosauropteryx. We have Sinosauropteryx. Yeah, alright, so I know what we're doing today. We need to release the next 10 species, so... Alright, so next up, I'm thinking we could have, like, another giant herbivore enclosure, like, in the back somewhere. So if we, like, have a path over here... We could follow the path over here. Maybe I'll put another viewing gallery like over here. And then over here, we could have the... We had a truck tour. We'll have a gyrosphere tour. Like Archaeornithomimus and Gigantospinosaurus and maybe Chunkingosaurus. We could have that. We'll have some forest like over here. A patch of water. We'll worry about vegetation later. Let's get the hatchery out, and then we'll be good to go there. And then maybe we could have, like, little pockets, like, maybe over here for, like, small carnivores. Like, small, like, Oviraptor and any other small creatures, like maybe Microceratus and all that. Alright. So, we're going to throw in Archaeornithomimus. That's one of them we're going to throw in. And then we're also going to throw in maybe Chunkingosaurus and... Or should we throw in Sinoceratops and then Crichtonsaurus? Because Ankylosaurus and Ceratopsians can get on. And Sinoceratops is actually larger than some of the smaller Stegosaurs. Yeah, we could do that. There we go. Sinoceratops has been added in. And we'll throw in Crichtonsaurus as well. That's an Asia dino right there. And then what else could we throw in here? Maybe Microceratus? We could throw that in. There's also Homalocephalae. We could throw that in as well. Yeah, we don't have Homalocephalae yet, so let's go ahead and throw that in. There we go. And finally, Microceratus. Let's go. And then that'll be 5 species right there. So then we'll need 5 more. So maybe we could start working on, like, carnivores. So maybe, like, throw in Oviraptor and Gigantoraptor. I have an idea. Considering Gigantoraptors don't eat Oviraptors, I'm thinking about throwing the Oviraptors in with the Gigantoraptors. Yeah, that could work, actually. Oh, yeah, and we also have Deinocheirus and Theorizosaurus. Yeah, we do. So, let's try to think. Maybe we could throw Deinocheirus in here so we at least have a big herbivore. Because Theorizosaurus doesn't really get along with a lot of creatures. So yeah, we'll have that. So we'll have these 6 here. That'll be 6 species right there. Alright, so before we release the dinosaurs, let's get the gyrosphere going. So we'll go ahead. Gyrosphere tour. That should be good. And then we'll throw this over here. And let's get started. Let's start with the Archaeornithomimus. Alright, so that's Archaeornithomimus done. Let's move on to... Let's get the small herbivores out of the way. So Homalocephalae is next. Alright, so that's Homalocephalae done. Microceratus is up next. Alright, let's put Dino in here so we at least have a relatively large herbivore. Ground leaf. Alright, so they're good. They'll be good in there. And I'll also give them like a piscivore feeder, because they like fish as well. Yeah, alright. We'll throw Dino in here. Let's move on to the Crichtonsaurs next. This way here we'll have another large herbivore enclosure. Alright. There we go. So that's Crichtonsaurus taken care of. Let's move on to Sinoceratops. Alright, so that's Sinoceratops taken care of. Let's move out of the way so I can release the last dinosaur, which is the Deinonychus. Of course it's blocked. Alright, Deinonychus is being released now. Now, I'm pretty sure Deinonychus are relatively peaceful, and they're the largest creatures in here now. Alright, so that's that done. Let's go ahead and move this out of here, and then we'll get like a viewing dome like in the back. We've already got dinosaurs migrating over here, which is nice. And then maybe another one, like over here. Alright, so that's already 6 species right there. So we only have to put in 4 more. So I'm thinking for Theorizosaurus, we could throw it in like a separate enclosure. Yeah, Theorizosaurus could go in here. There we go. Alright, so that'll be the Theorizosaurus enclosure. And depending on what they want, connect the path over here. And then let's hatch up Theorizosaurus. That'll make 7 species. There we go. We got some ground leaf. Food for days. Let's go. Alright. 2 Theorizonos are on the way. And in the meantime, we could maybe work on another carnivore enclosure. We got 3 more to go. Actually, maybe what we could do... Yeah, I'm thinking about throwing Gigantoraptor and Oviraptor in the same enclosure. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So for the Gigantoraptor enclosure, let's have this area be it. We'll put in a viewing gallery right here. And then we'll put both a viewing dome and a viewing log. For the smaller area, we'll put the dome in here. And then we'll put the viewing log in the bigger spot, the larger spot. And we'll put some feeders in the same enclosure. Alright, the Theorizonos should be done by now. Let's go ahead and release them. Alright, that's one. That's one. And then number 2. Let's release number 2. You know what we need in the Jurassic franchise? More attacks from herbivorous dinosaurs. Therizinosaurus is a prime example of what a herbivore could be capable of. The Therizinosaurus in Dominion, in my opinion, was wasted potential. It could have been really scary, and it had a really good setup with, like, the scene with Claire, but it was just a missed opportunity. Because they could have done a lot more with it, but instead they had to focus on the locusts. In fact, they could have done a lot more with some of the dinosaurs, like the Therizinosaurus, the T-Rex, the Giganotosaurus. They could have done a lot more with it, but instead they had to focus on the locusts. There we go. Alright, let's release them, Oviraptor and Gigantoraptor. Let's go. And then in the meantime, we could work on our last enclosure for the episode. I'm thinking about working on Eutyrannus. Let's throw Eutyrannus in. Yeah, so for the Eutyrannus, I'm thinking about, like, let's get some forest over here. Maybe a patch of water over here. A carnivore feeder, as well as some goat feeders. Alright, Oviraptor. Let's release that first. Transport lady. I don't care about that. I want to watch my Oviraptors be released. Alright, there we go. So that's Oviraptor. Now let's release Gigantoraptor. There we go. We got Gigantoraptor and Oviraptor. Wait, can they walk under? Oh, they can walk underneath the viewing log. That's awesome. Alright, let's work on our final enclosure for today. We'll work on the Utyrannus enclosure. There we go. Utyrannus is being added in. So the Gigantoraptors and the Oviraptors are going to have to get used to their new enclosure. Alright, we're releasing Utyrannus. And then this is the park so far. Looking cool. Looking really cool. I'm able to, like, utilize some of the space. And we have plenty of space left after this. Plenty of space. Alright, and I'll work on the transport once we're done here. And I'll do this off camera. Let's release the Utyrannus for now. There we go. Utyrannus should have enough space in their enclosure. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. There we go. And then, of course, I will work on amenities and transport off camera. But until then, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.